YouTube, what's going on today? It's Greydon Buhlig back here with another episode of the Greydon Buhlig Show. Hope this video finds you well. Just want to say thank you for your patience. I know I usually, like I said, upload on Wednesdays. It's usually my normal schedule. This week I wasn't able to, and I was going to record on Thursday, but then I got called into work at about 7 o'clock that night, and then I, wasn't really able to find any time until today, which is Saturday. But I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be recording, happy to be able to make more content for you guys. And just again, thank you for your patience. Thanks for following along on Twitter with all the updates and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for your patience. We're still sitting at 16 subscribers on the channel. And again, I'm going to hit you with that 20 subscriber sub goal by the end of the year. And I've got a little teaser that's probably going to come in the next few weeks about what all that entails. And different things like that. So be sure to hit that sub button because you're not going to want to miss any content. Plus, there's some big news and an announcement coming if we hit that goal by the end of the year 2021 in January on 2022. If we do hit that goal, I'll be able to share what I've been working on with you guys. So I'm very excited about that, and be sure to sub. Today is a shorter video, just a couple of things about my work with the Oklahoma Sports Network, some college football takes, and I'm going to get to somebody's comment that they left for me in my last video. So yes, it is shorter today, but there's still going to be a lot of stuff in this video. I'll hopefully be able to record a longer video on Monday and be able to upload that on Wednesday this week. Again, if you don't follow me on all my socials, it's at @the_GB_show on Instagram and Twitter. Link to my Discord will also be in the description of this video as well. So be sure to check all of that out there. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and roll into the video. I wasn't able to go to a game last night, which would have been Friday night. And I may not potentially be able to go to a game next week with the Oklahoma Sports Network because of work and different things like that. I work till 9 o'clock next Friday, so that's kind of a bummer. But I still want to shout out MacArthur Highlander, number 4, Isaiah Gray. He's had an amazing season. As of 2 weeks ago, he rushed for 1,891 yards on the season and broke the Lawton MacArthur single-season rushing record, formerly held by Rod Fisher with 1,772 yards. So congratulations to Isaiah on a huge accomplishment. I'm not exactly sure how many yards he had last night in their playoff game against Piedmont, but they were able to win that ball game 14-10 to advance to the next round of the playoffs. And so, number one, congratulations to him. Another record he broke prior to that one was the single season scoring record. He had 164 total points. That record was also held by two former Highlanders, one of them being Rod Fisher with 156 points. So huge shout out to Isaiah Gray, Lawton MacArthur Highlander, who for breaking a couple records this season, single season rushing records. He's had a phenomenal year, and good luck to him the rest of the way. So let's go ahead and jump into the college football season. It's been an unbelievable year. The second week of the college football playoff rankings just came out on this last Tuesday. I'll go ahead and run through the top 4 with you, and then we'll talk about the rest of the top 10. So number 1, we got Georgia, of course, still at 9-0. Number 2, we got Alabama. Number 3, we're at Oregon. Both those teams are 8-1, and then number 4 we have Ohio State. Those top 4 really haven't moved very much. Michigan State getting beat last week did hurt them a little bit, but they were able to remain in the top 10 at number 7. But Oregon, Ohio State, Cincinnati, and Michigan all moved up in the rankings. Michigan sitting at number 6, Cincinnati, one of the only 3 undefeated teams left in college football, sitting at 9-0. They're at number 5 this week. Oklahoma, who just lost to Baylor not a few hours ago, was lost a close one to Baylor. The Baylor defense played unbelievable today, and Oklahoma really couldn't seem to find a rhythm on offense. Defense did as best as they could, but with the amount of time they were on the field, you could tell they were getting tired. But that Baylor defense played unbelievable today. So Oklahoma will probably drop out of the top 10 considering their loss. I mean, the college football playoff committee has always kind of ranked Oklahoma lower than what people expect them to be starting in the playoff. Oklahoma always seems to have a loss at some point this time of year, So it's one of those things where could Oklahoma still get into the college football playoff if they win the Big 12, which seems to be the case for them? But we'll get into more of that here in a few minutes. Let's round out the top 10. Notre Dame sitting at number 9, and then Oklahoma State will come in at number 10 to really finish out the top 10. So Georgia played Missouri last week, won that game 43-6. Their defense, unreal. Once again, their defense has been phenomenal all year long. Alabama did beat LSU 20-14 last week. They played New Mexico State already today, won 59-3. So they remain at 9-1, now. Oregon beat Washington last week, plays Washington State today, and then Ohio State beat Nebraska last week, and then has a bye week this week. So the top 4 really don't seem to be going to be moving too much. Georgia and Ohio State, again, both have bye weeks. And then Alabama and Oregon playing teams aren't ranked. Should be easy wins for them. Like I said, Alabama did beat New Mexico State 59-3. So they've remained, done what they had to do this weekend, got a win, and they'll just wait to see what happens on Tuesday. So Cincinnati played South Florida the other night and won 45-28. So they remain undefeated at 9-0. Michigan played Penn State, won 21-17. Another close ball game for Michigan. And last week, Michigan State, we see, lost to Purdue 40-29. Huge game. Purdue played unbelievable, but Michigan State also has a bye week. Like I said earlier, Oklahoma just lost to Baylor not a few hours ago. Oklahoma fans have been upset about where they've been ranked the last couple weeks in the rankings in the playoffs, but Oklahoma doesn't seem to be very high ranked every time they've made it to the playoffs. So it's really a game of how well they finish the season, whether or not they win the Big 12. So it's a lot of just guessing right now. The committee doesn't seem to give them a lot of respect. Unfortunately, like I said today, they did lose, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. It'll be interesting to see where they put Oklahoma in the college football playoff rankings. But this also means that the Big 12 is a lot better than I think people give them credit for. OU still sits atop the Big 12, number 1 in the conference, followed by Oklahoma State, Baylor, and then Iowa State. The question will be, does OU still get in? With the way the committee has been talking about OU, with the way Oklahoma has played at times this year, I'm going to say no, as much as I don't want to, but I'm going to say no right now just because of the way they did lose today, the way they've played. Yes, good teams find a way to win, and remaining undefeated is a huge deal, but the committee just didn't seem to be very high on Oklahoma this year. But that gives teams like Cincinnati, Oregon, Michigan State, even Oklahoma State. I heard somebody say that Oklahoma State has a chance to get into the college football playoff if they win out the rest of the season and win the Big 12. It's going to be interesting. The Big 12 is going to be, I think, the craziest conference to watch over the next few weeks as we get into championship week, all conference championship, stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting. Does Cincinnati get in if they remain undefeated? Like I said, what about Michigan and Michigan State? It's just going to be crazy to see how they do it, what they do, what they say, how they look at teams this year. It seems like every year there's a different little tangible or a different factor that plays into what the committee decides. So it's going to be interesting. College football is always crazy this time of year. So be sure to check out ESPN on Tuesday nights. They have the college football playoff ranking show. I'll be watching it. I'll definitely be watching it Tuesday night. And then I'll kind of give my take on that Tuesday night through via Twitter. And I might even make a TikTok or a YouTube short about it, but we'll see how that happens. But college football is going to be insane over the next few weeks. It's always exciting. So I can't wait to see how it unfolds. And we're going to go ahead and move into the comments section now. So I want to take a second. Thank you, Corey, for commenting on my last video. He was asking about the Chiefs and if I thought they would turn it around. The Cowboys, yes, they do look for real. They did lose a tough one last week, but it's the NFL. You're going to play professional football players every single week. So it's interesting the way their season was going to watch them lose the way they did last week, but it's the NFL. Anything can happen. That division, anything can happen. So I think the Cowboys are going to be okay. But your question and comment was about the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been interesting this year. They haven't been what we've expected. Mahomes has struggled. Remember a few years ago when everybody was saying it's Mahomes and then everybody else. Well, now everybody else is playing at the rate Mahomes is, and it seems like the Chiefs are falling off. I think the NFL has just picked up on what they were doing, the different tempo, the different speed, the run and gun that they were running. That offense was just so fast. The athletes they had, the players they had, just knew how to be fast, and everything they did was efficient, quick, and they scored a lot of points. But I think the NFL has really transitioned over the last couple of years to be able to keep up with that speed, not only on the offensive end, but the defensive end as well. So I think the Chiefs will be okay. I think they can finish out this year still solid. They're always going to be a contender with Mahomes on the field. But I don't know if that's going to be it anymore, going to be enough. That defense needs to continue to get better. The defense has won them a few games this year, but it's really going to be up to Mahomes and that offense to see where they kind of fit in the NFL this year and then going forward. I mean, he's getting paid way too much money to lose ball games for them. So it's going to be interesting, but I think they'll be able to turn it around. It's Mahomes. You can't ever count him out. Every time you think he's down, he comes back and does something unbelievable. So we'll see. But I do believe they'll pick it up. But it's up to him and that Chiefs organization to see if they can turn it around. So thank you for that comment. If you guys want to ask me anything about anything I say, anything you want my take on, just let me know in the comment section down below. And either hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. Just let me know. Again, thank you guys. I know it was short, but thank you for your patience this week. It's been, like I said, a crazy week at work. Got called in late Thursday night, but thank you for being here, for showing support, for showing love. And I'm just glad I was able to sit down for a few minutes and record, edit, and all that kind of stuff. So once again, thank you. Remember, we're at 16 subs. I'm trying to get to 20 subs by the end of the year. I'll be able to release a little teaser about what I've been working on over the next few weeks. Thank you again for the subs, for the likes, for the comments, and be sure to share this video with a friend. Let people know what's going on over here at the Greydon Buhlig Show. And don't forget to tell someone you love them, that you care about them, and that you're always there for them. This is Greydon Buhlig signing off for the Greydon Buhlig Show. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all have a good day.